We are with this community and all of America in prayer. NRA members are parents. We have sons, daughters, and loved ones. These tragedies cause gut-wrenching, unimaginable pain that too many are being forced to go through right now. It's not right. It should never happen again. If we as a nation were capable of legislating evil out of the hearts and minds of criminals who commit these heinous acts, we would have done it a long time ago. We do not agree with President Biden on the Second Amendment, but we share common ground on this. Last week, the president said, "I'm not naive. I know tragedy will come again. It cannot be forever overcome. It cannot be fully understood either. But there are certain things we can do." NRA members know that to be true. There are absolutely certain things we can and must do. Where we part ways with the president and many in his party is on the policy question and what we can and should do to prevent the hate-filled, vile monsters who walk among us from committing their evil. Restricting the fundamental human right of law-abiding Americans to defend themselves is not the answer. It never has been. Each year, over 1 million law-abiding men and women use a firearm to save their own lives and the lives of their loved ones. That is over 1 million innocent Americans every year who owe their lives and the lives of their loved ones to their Second Amendment rights. Taking away their right to self-defense is not the answer. But there are certain common sense things we can and we must do. We need to protect our schools because our children deserve at least, and in fact more protection than our banks, stadiums, and government buildings. They are our most treasured and precious resource, and they deserve safety and protection. That's why the NRA launched our School Shield program to help promote and fund the necessary security that every school child needs and deserves. That's why we help train school security assessors who play a vital role in improving the security and safety of every child, from when they get off the bus in the morning to when the final bell rings at the end of the day. We also need to fully fund our nation's police departments and school security resource officer programs. So that every school has a comprehensive security program tailored specifically to that school to meet its security needs. And that's why we, as NRA members, work so hard to support and train our men and women in law enforcement and the security profession. We also need to fully fund and fix our nation's broken mental health system. We need to put violent felons in prison where they belong. And put an end to the revolving door justice system that spits criminals back onto the streets and greases the skids for the next horrific crime. And finally, to quote the late President Ronald Reagan, we must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It's time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his actions. And that's why we, the NRA, will never, ever stop fighting for the right of the innocent and the law-abiding to defend themselves against the evil criminal element that plagues our society. Because we know there can be no freedom, no security, no safety without the right of the law-abiding to bear arms for self-defense. As we gather, we know the eyes of the nation, the eyes of history are upon us. And that's a good thing, because every American deserves to know the truth about who we are and what we believe. So please, help me out here. Let's give America a real clear view. How many police officers do we have here today? Would you please stand up? Retired police officers, would you please stand up? How about any firefighters, paramedics, or first responders? Any active military, please stand and remain standing. Any veterans, please stand and remain standing. And let us recognize you this Memorial Day weekend. Anyone who works in healthcare in any way, doctors, nurses, any teachers. If you work in education, please stand and remain standing. If you work in manufacturing, construction, please stand up. And if you work in any trade, maybe a truck driver, a plumber, or an electrician. And how about stay-at-home moms who work harder than most people ever give them credit for? If you own your own business, stand up. Any professionals, accountants, executives, are you a law-abiding gun owner? Please stand up and be recognized. We here today, and millions more like us, are patriotic Americans, the heart and soul of this country. We love our nation. We love our children, grandchildren, friends, and family. And that's why we will always value, cherish, and protect our fundamental human right to defend ourselves, our communities, and our loved ones with our Second Amendment right to bear arms. Thank you, and God bless all of you.